Gomez Addams is freaking loaded. With a net worth of $2.5 billion, dollars, his wealth is comparable to Tony Stark and Scrooge McDuck. But how is Gomez Addams that rich? How much money does he exactly have? Well, let's dive into his bank account and his basement because he keeps most of his cash in his basement. So, hello everyone, welcome to Film Dive. With Netflix's Wednesday putting the Addams family back on the map, we've got to get a closer look at Gomez Addams. But with the show being mainly about Wednesday, it was only natural that we didn't see much of Gomez Addams. But we still saw him living like royalty, with his signature lavish lifestyle. But what does Mr. Addams do exactly? Well, he owns a bunch of businesses. He's a lawyer, he owns several companies, and a tombstone factory and farm called, I'm not kidding here, Crocodiles Unlimited. Talk about creative naming. In fact, he owns so many businesses that he regularly forgets how many companies he actually has. But despite having so many jobs, the main portion of his wealth comes from his family. It is said that he is a descendant of Castilian and British royalty. There is no way we could measure his wealth because it's different each time Gomez Addams appears on the screen. But when I say whatever he touches turns into gold, I really mean it. One time he buys a swamp for little to no money, and it turns out that the swamp is actually sitting on an oil deposit. And if I buy a swamp, the government will put me in jail for fucking with nature. Gomez is also an accomplished lawyer. He's not won a single case, but he is still an accomplished lawyer. I don't know how it works. Talk about luck. I mean, this guy is a walking, talking rabbit's feet. He also spends his money like crazy. And when I say crazy, I mean this guy goes to auctions and bids crazy amounts of money on the items he himself donated just to look cool in front of his wife. This guy actively throws away his money, invests in nonsense, loses every case as a lawyer, names his farm Crocodile Unlimited, and somehow, at the end of the day, he gets richer. Man, I'm getting frustrated with this episode. To be honest, when I first started doing research on Gomez Addams, I thought it's gonna be super easy, like he has a series of coffin and casket companies. But then I realized this guy is so rich and successful that Forbes magazine, yes, Forbes magazine, has calculated his wealth and put him next to some absolutely crazy rich people like Tony Stark. Yeah, in today's money, Gomez Addams' wealth is around $2.5 billion. My man has a crocodile farm and he's a billionaire. And I'm sitting here asking you to subscribe so I could make a living off of this channel. So next time you see Mr. Addams on the screen, give this guy some credit because my man deserves it. It's true that he's super lucky. But if you get lucky so many times, you're doing something right. So Gomez Addams is one of the richest fictional characters of all time, and he owes it to his business decisions and naming skills. And with that out of the way, I see you guys next week.